What's up, guys? Welcome to Kind of Funny's The Lion King in review. That's right. We are watching the 1994 hit animated movie The Lion King, and the next week we're going to watch the 2019 CGI remake of The Lion King. How's that make you feel, Andy Cortez?
I hope I don't get lost in the theater again.
Me too.
Where are we going?
I don't know. I think we're all going separately because Comic-Con messes everything up this weekend.
Oh, so I should probably get tickets. Right?
I got tickets for Thursday Kabuki if you want to join me, man.
Kabuki is
I think we're gonna watch on Monday.
It's a scary sounding word.
Kabuki?
What? It's just so. It
means no worries
It's
for the rest of your days.
It's just so much closer to our house, Andy. It's so easy.
You're oh man, you're starting to guess who it. That's right, everybody. Kabuki is close to their house. Do you want to go to the Kabuki movie theater on Thursday and follow Barrett home?
God, I just said it's closer to our house.
Once again is Greg
Closer. God, Greg. God
Nick
damn it.
Scarpino and Belinda Garcia. Of course, we're doing Disney, so she has to make an appearance here.
Here's my question: did you buy the shirt or did you just have the shirt?
Oh my God! Of course she
I got
had
the
the shirt.
The one for next week, I already had.
Okay, got it.
It's my favorite one.
Wow, really excited about all
You
this
can get it at
stuff.
Target. It's there.
Hell
That's where I
yeah.
got it.
Shout out to all of our Patreon producers this week: Robin GL, Alec Bobko, David Mintel,
It's mine, Frig.
Antman0208, and
how swallowing.
DJ Kento.
DJ Kento.
Yes, exactly. You can get the show live every Tuesday.
It's so easy to,
Twitch.tv/Kinda
do a
funny
thing
games.
with Bobco. We gotta
Chocolate Bobco. What? Cinnamon Bobco.
No, it's too early, Greg.
Let's go.
Fuck,
I mean,
man.
go.
I need to hear the facts of the Furious.
You can watch the video.
Lion facts.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Hey,
that.
Barry.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
Do you want to trade me?
You are
Do you want
the
to trade
facts
me?
of the Furious.
I'll just
Jesus.
close out the show already.
So you can watch the show on youtube.com/kindafunny or roosterteeth.com, or you can get the podcast by going to search for Kinda Funny Reviews on podcast services. Please like us, subscribe to us, comment positive things, 5 stars, all that stuff. 10 out of 10, highly rated. Cool. Today we're talking about The Lion King. It was released on June 24th, 1994.
How old was everybody? I always like this game.
4.
Andy?
5, 6.
Almost one.
Jesus.
11.
Fuck you all. Okay.
How old are you?
In 1994?
Yeah.
I was 14 years old.
I wasn't even
That's
born
3
yet.
years. That's why you don't understand Pokemon like me.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Directed by Roger Allers and Rob Minkoff.
They ever did anything again?
They did a whole bunch of stuff, like a lot of like kind of just working on other things, like not so much directing. There was a direction of Stuart Little and Stuart Little too.
That makes sense.
Hey, good movies.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw him.
Didn't somebody write Stuart Little one that is
Yes.
like of note?
Oh.
Like, it's one of those things
Yeah.
where you're like, can you believe that
I'm looking it up.
fucking John Goodman wrote Stuart Little? It was one of those sort of
John Wayne
things.
Gacy.
Where you're just kind of like blown away by it. I'm
amazing.
I'm filibustering right now.
You're doing a
M.
great
Night
job.
Shyamalan. What a twist.
Yeah.
Wow. Turns out the rat was us all along. You know what I mean? Not him.
Wow, my God. A budget of $45 million and a box office of $968.5 million. Runtime of 1 hour and 28 minutes.
That's when tickets were like $4, dude.
Yeah,
That's
So
crazy.
they made a lot of damn money from
That's
this.
a lot of money.
No, here's the thing. There's a whole bunch of, if I'm lying, I'm dying, facts of the furriest here. So I'm just going to get into a whole bunch of accolades at once. With an initial worldwide gross of $766 million, it finished its theatrical run as the highest grossing release of 94 and the second highest grossing film of all time. It is also the highest grossing traditionally animated film of all time, as well as the best-selling film on home video, having sold more than 30 million VHS tapes. Like everyone had that fucking film on
yeah. I had
VHS. The Lion King garnered 2 Academy Awards for its achievement in music and the Golden Globe Award for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. In 2016, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant.
Jesus.
That's some fancy shit.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Does the movie Rocket Man cover any of Elton John doing any of the songs here? Legitimate question.
I didn't see it.
No.
Does the movie Rocket Man tell us the story of Crocodile Rock?
I don't remember.
Fucking movie
that.
sucks.
I don't think
Chomp.
so.
And its original songs were written by composer Elton John and lyricist Tim Rice with a score by Hans Zimmer.
Wow.
I was unaware of the Hans Zimmer element.
I saw it at the end there with
Never.
credits. I was like, oh.
Hans Zimmer's
Hidden-
everywhere, dude.
He is.
He's everywhere.
Inception.
And
present.
nowhere at once.
Circle
You
of
ever
Life.
seen him? He just smiles a lot.
No, I haven't seen
great.
it.
Hans Zimmer? I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever seen him.
I saw him on stage at Coachella. Like I wasn't there, but I saw like live streaming Coachella, and he's like playing guitar, rocking
He's always doing that smile.
in a bit. Look at that guy.
Wouldn't you be smiling?
Fuck, dude.
God, if I knew how to play the banjo, I'd smile too.
There's a Netflix special on Netflix where
Really?
where it's like Hans Zimmer plays the hits or whatever, and it's just a stage show of him playing all this stuff.
so rad.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's Michael McDonald.
Hold on. Is it a hit?
Yeah.
I
So
don't
there you
know.
go. Shut your fucking
It's
face.
a good fucking hit, dude.
It's a slap.
Hans Zimmer plays the fucking hits. Is it?
Hans Zimmer.
Get the banjo.
Oh my God. When's the last time that you all saw this movie?
I'd have to have been
Jesus.
over 20 years.
Last time I saw it was in high school, but it wasn't The Lion King.
Uh-oh.
It was El Rey León because it was in
In
Spanish.
Spanish.
class.
In Espanol.
And that was quite the trip. I liked it though.
Yeah, this was Jen's first time singing in English. And she was like,
Wow.
wow, the song sounds so weird. I'm like, I can only imagine what you think's normal.
It is strange.
Do you remember the last time you saw it?
I honestly do not remember the last time I saw it. I think it was maybe on TV like 2 years ago as I was scrolling through. I stopped for a second, like, oh, this is endearing. But sitting down and watching it as an adult for the first time in years was such a treat. What a cool, like, the movie starts and I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking beautiful. I think when I was a child, I didn't really appreciate the artistry that went
not.
into this.
Yeah.
Not
I was
at
just
all.
like, cool, some lions talking, they're gonna sing. And I like the fat one and the small thing. Like those things have funny together, you know. But like you go back and watch this now, and it is like a masterclass of animation. And they just, and that's a sad thing, kind of, where I'm looking forward to seeing the live action version that's
Are
coming
you?
out this week. And to a degree, I want to see what they do with it. It's always fun to compare and contrast, but there's no freaking way that it's going to capture the magic that this one did. I mean, look at that Pride Rock. Give me a break. We're going to get some Pride Rock in the live action. It's going to be like, oh, real.
It's just a rock. You know?
Good job.
what
Right.
you pull
You
up?
photographed the
Whenever
rock.
the new Blu-ray came out, I watched it when I got
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
When was that? Like 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
No, like a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
They re-released it.
They re-released them
Got it.
over
It came
and
out.
over and over
So
again.
it first had the like 730 or whatever million in the theater for its first run. They put it out in 3D when 3D was the big craze, and that bumped it up to the almost billion mark.
I see.
So they released a Blu-ray then, and then a couple years ago they released a new Blu-ray, which is the one that she has.
They do like Diamond Collection, and now it's Walt Disney Signature Collection.
They figure out ways
They
to.
they
Oh,
got,
yeah,
they
it
got the
works.
way.
They're like the
They know.
Lakers putting out new jerseys every other.
Yep.
It's just things change. yeah.
So I watched it this time in 3D.
Wow.
And let me fucking tell you. So I have my fancy OLED TV, and it's known as being the best 3D TV, and it's like it's better than the theater's 3D, which isn't that fucking hard, but whatever. It's like cool.
How
it is.
black are the blacks?
I mean, impossibly.
Wow,
Like,
wow.
That is.
Does your TV
They're
go
old
off
days.
for a second, and then it goes, yes, the TV's still on.
If I ever have you guys come over to watch something, I'm gonna prep that.
Please do it.
Please, I would love that.
I just have to.
All right, guys, we're watching The Bachelorette right now, but here, watch this 15-minute
No, but the 3D in Lion King is fucking stunning. Like everything you're talking about, it's just you just see the layers of the colors and everything. And
Yeah.
like all of the big crazy musical acts, like Just Can't Wait to Be King and all that. Like it's just so much, and I feel like they paid so much attention to making the 3D not like abrasive. Like it's all the right moments that feels like something's like popping out.
Yeah.
Like this scene when Zazu like flies in for the first time, that motherfucker, I felt like I heard him coming.
Well,
over
but
me, you know
that's
what I
that's
mean?
the thing with a lot of these animated movies. Same thing we talked about when we compared Aladdin to its live action counterpart, as we talked about how much more sense of scale you can have with these animated films. Like just looking at the shot right here, it's so big and so beautiful, and you're seeing so much in the foreground and the background that it probably lends itself very, very well to 3D, along with like the stampede scene, which I'm assuming was
insane.
unbelievable.
Yeah, but the Circle of Life scene in the beginning was definitely like,
it's amazing.
Like that's going to be one of my big centerpiece items if I'm showing off my TV from now on. Where I'm like, guys,
There's two things I need you to watch: The Circle of Life, and also this amazing trailer for The Projector is still on.
Yes.
Dolby Cinema. Hey man, you guys pick the order. I went to a dinner party and I got attacked by ticks. Which one is it?
Which one is it? God, that's going to be a story.
That's
that
an
lives in
inside
the-
joke
Can't
for
wait for
that,
people.
guys.
An inside joke for the
2
podcast
days.
for when you listen to it.
Yeah.
I guess it's time to start. I'm a little scared. I don't know that I
I'm
want to get
scared.
into this now, but Andy.
I was thinking about it on the drive over here.
Here we go. Humatab,
No.
humadabazima. Party, 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 party.
No, it
It's
was,
a part of the movie.
Greg will tell
From Greg's perspective.
He'll tell the story. You'll likely be amazed. It's all from memory. So Gregory, tell us the plot.
There we go.
Come on now.
That
Come
was
on
good.
now. Come on.
Tell us the story would have rhymed, but plot that works too.
No, don't do that. Don't Monday
It's a
morning.
criticism. It's a criticism.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, about 9 months ago, I assume, who knows the gestation period of a fucking lion? These two fucking lions fucked. Now let's jump ahead in the film, all right? Let's get a little bit further ahead to when little Simba wakes up his dad, right? Not when he's dead, when he literally wakes him up for shit, right? And of course, Mufasa sleeping next to Mrs. Mufasa, right? Wakes her, but what do we see in front of him? What do we see in front of him?
Mrs. Mufasa.
How Mrs. This guy there's one lion.
He did.
He killed the other male
Lion
lions.
King.
He kept Scar over in a cage, and he's like, just watch me fuck. Just watch me
Scar's
fuck.
like, can I just have a normal and no.
And he's like, no, look at me. Look at me. This is what I do.
Christian baby.
Yeah. And then these other women or the other women lions, they're popping out little baby lions. And if I'm lying, I'm dying.
Lion?
Mufasa breaking every one of their necks. He's like, I can only have one female, and he's got Nala, right? And then he's like, finally, I made a Simba. Now you guys are going to reunite to make a new me. That's what this is. Lion King Part 2, but you didn't know this, was all about the reborn Mufasa we see at the end coming out, right? Because, again, his two halves come together to make a whole Beetleborgs.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what version of this movie you watched, but I want to watch that version.
All right, so yeah, we're all fucking flying through the space of time continuum. It's Earth,
No, we're
baby.
not. None of this happened.
We're there. We're in the African plains.
Interstellar?
We're having
He watched the
fun.
new Lion King.
And as you can see, we got a giraffe, we got an elephant, a million fucking zebras. They're all. I think there's,
Now, here's
there's
my
probably a
question to you guys.
babka coming through. You know
Here's my
what I mean?
question to you guys. This is always the weird thing when I watch Lion King. Obviously, you have to suspend disbelief not for the least of which the animals are talking. But
fucking.
did all these animals come out of like reverence and honor,
Yeah.
or are they terrified
Nope, they're there
that the
to bend the
lions
knee.
will eat them if they
No,
don't
they
come
said
and
it
pay
in
It's
homage?
like
the movie. They talk about it. He's like, but what about the antelope? We eat the antelope. He's like, yeah,
Circle
but
life.
they kind
But
of
they
go
eat
with
us.
this circle of
They
life.
eat us.
We become the grass and
Right.
they eat us and stuff. So it's like he's taking care of them. It's clear that if without a good king,
Right.
they're all fucked.
Exactly.
Who do you think didn't get
they understand how
who
lions
didn't get the
work.
RSVP?
The hyenas.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, they were the ones that really got summed up.
Poachers.
Some hyena enthusiast sued Disney
Right, I
for
read that.
defamation of hyenas and didn't work well.
Yeah, no. That doesn't
they're
end well for them.
hyenas.
You don't
They
see
literally
any mice
scavenge.
in the opening, but then Scar, when you see Scar,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
has
they
a
didn't
little
come
mouse.
either. But they're all over in the evil
They're
area.
busy, they're
in
busy.
the evil area, right? They all live in Evil Town. That's where they're able to interact.
It's also hard for them to commute. Like, how early do they need to start their commute?
mice.
Weeks.
I mean, they can
Weeks
just team
early.
up with the elephant, right? Climb on his back.
wow.
I don't know because apparently
Elephant's scared of mice.
you can
Not if
run
you climb up
from
their asshole.
apparently, like watching this again though, literally they just walk back below, like outside of Pride Rock, and that's where the boneyard is, and then right outside that is a little stretch of desert, and then just a utopia, an oasis.
Totally.
Yeah, so that's how it works.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, all the animals are marching in there. They're all getting ready to bend the fucking knee. You said it yourself. Vuzazuelo, he flies in and he's like, caw, I'm John Oliver. And we're like, oh shit, look at you, man. And he lands up there. And then, because it's up there, that's where the baby is. It's Pride Rock. And Mufasa's looking over there and you're like, this fucking lion is dope. This is a dope ass lion. People like this lion. And everybody's there. And then
I like he looks over at Zazu and
then he
just does the
smiles. He
head
does the
nods.
smile because he's just like, I finally had a boy. I can stop killing all the female lions that get born. You know what I mean?
Oh my God,
I got
he's
one of
doing
each.
that.
Explain it to me.
Nala's
Explain it to me.
there.
Exactly. She was the firstborn female lion.
Okay.
Then he's like, now we need a boy. Which one's that? Girl. Click. What's on? Click. That's him breaking the necks with his mouth. His big lion mouth.
I don't think he was the father of Nala.
Who the fuck was Nick?
Scar, probably.
No way. No, Scar wouldn't. No, Scar. Scar.
true, there are no other male
impotent.
lions in this,
Scar
right?
impotent. Why do you think he hangs out with all his hyenas? He brings in the hyenas. He's like, I can't make more lions, but I can make more hyenas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why.
Genetics.
Exactly. Well, he just watches them fuck. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, they all nod at each other. It's a very sweet moment, right? And then in the back, what do you got here? Some kind of psycho baboon. All right. This guy terrifying. All right, he's
great.
there. He's doing all this spiritual shit. He's rubbing shit on Simba. Maybe he put a curse on all the other male lions. Maybe that's where they went. I'm just giving you plot threads. You want to follow them back to the plot?
They have
That's
other
on you.
rocks they're watching over. We just see Pride Rock.
Why
There's
are
other male
why
lions.
are all the lionesses there then? Where are all?
No,
Again, we've
Mufasa's getting his fuck on. Like that is
Thank
true.
you. That's canon.
That is canon.
That's in the Disneyland ride.
Yes.
Mufasa's Wild Ride.
Oh, jeez.
You better hope you're Mufasa in this one.
I was gonna say you get on like it's on rails, obviously, right?
Giant rail.
It's just going in and out.
thick-ass
It's just
furry
going
rail.
in and out of different lionesses, right?
on rails,
Remember when
unlike
someone
this.
asked us when we announced we were doing these? They're like, "Are you going to put up a warning in the beginning of it for children?"
They had no chance.
And here we are. They had no chance.
They had to
Oh,
learn
yeah,
somewhere
we
about
should've done that.
Mufasa's
That was
Wild Ride. And so, yeah, it's the thing, and he cracks the fucking really delicious looking fruit that's really just like orange juice stuff and rubs it on Simba. Simba's like, what the fuck's going on? I was just born. And they fucking hold it up and boom, Lion King. You know
Hell
what I mean?
yeah, dude. Chills
Yeah.
all over the fucking place. My
Really good
God.
title
Iconic.
logo.
So good.
You know what I mean?
So good.
Just don't.
Yeah.
You got to love
Lion
it.
King.
Growing up.
And it ends again. Don't.
Shari, my friend Shari, thought that the lyrics were pink pajamas, penguins on the bottom.
Yeah.
Makes
Which
sense.
Pink
totally-
pajamas, penguins on the bottom. Pink pajamas, penguins.
It's perfect.
It was interesting watching with captions on. 'Cause I was
Yeah,
like,
you're
oh,
like,
hey,
oh,
look at
shit.
all these words. You
Yeah.
know,
And then you
It
try
works.
to sing along, and you're like, nope.
No,
can't.
don't know any of that
I'm
stuff.
not pronouncing that
happening.
correctly.
No.
So as we just dictated, right, all of Noah's creatures came to bend the knee here, right? Again, maybe this is a Bible story. We're not sure. They all came to Pride Rock, bend the knee, say, hey, Simba, what's up? You're in charge. Except Scar, right? Scar didn't come. So he's over there trying to eat this mouse in his little evil cave. And he's like, hey, I got the fucking thing over here. That's great. And then, of course, like I said, John Oliver shows up, and it's him, and he's like, "Hey, you should have fucking come. You're supposed to be there first." And Scar's like, "I don't fucking like you. I don't like the Daily Show. I don't like your show. I don't like any of the shows." And so he puts the bird in his mouth, and then Mufasa's like, "Don't do that, Scar!" And he spits him out, and he's all like fucking slimy and gross, right?
Yeah.
All slimy
First
and
he
gross.
sticks his little horny beak out
Yeah,
of Scar's mouth. It's like, that's weird looking. I didn't like that.
you know. That was how they animated back then.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're all like, "What the fuck, man? Like, why weren't you there?" Or whatever. He's like, "Oh, I forgot. I'm an idiot. Clearly, I'm super evil. Clearly, I'm super
Yeah,
fucking
My name
evil."
is
Was that
Scar,
today?
which means I was born with the scar. Like, I
I
didn't
think
even get this
I
in
think you
battle.
got a Scar fighting Mufasa.
What was his
Assuming,
fucking
yeah.
name before?
Sky.
That's convenient. That actually worked out. Okay, you got me. You got me on that one.
You know, like the hound in the mountain? Same thing.
But they're
Given names afterwards.
No, with like
No.
the mountain, like pudding.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's the same thing with the scar. Hound has a scar. Game of Thrones, did you watch it?
not really.
Remember that
I mean, I know
that
the
show?
characters, right?
So his real name's Taka. So this comes from the extended universe.
Oh my fucking god! I don't believe that shit.
King
all right?
Adi,
If Kathleen
father of
Kennedy didn't
Taka.
sign off on it, it's not Lion King.
And Mufasa appear with a large herd of animals that surrounds the buffaloes. It was during this attack that Taka got a scar in his eye and renamed himself Scar.
Oh.
As a reminder of his mistake.
God, what a bitchy little emo brother.
Yeah, dude.
I'll tell you
Now
this,
call
though.
me Scar. Fuck off. You've always been like this. Just be chill for a second.
I'm going to say this, though. Jeremy Irons.
Crushes it. What a great performance.
Oh my
Incredible.
God. Like,
Amazing.
arguably one of the best villains in the entire Disney animated universe.
We'll decide that later.
Yeah.
We'll decide that later.
I mean, arguably, I'll make a case for why I should be on that podcast right now. I'm the best.
I mean, that's a podcast, and the podcast. We'll have to deal with that later.
no, but I mean, this back and forth real talk between James Earl Jones
Yeah.
and Jeremy Irons is like fucking GOAT level. Holy shit, how good is this? You throw in Rowan Atkinson, I think is who played Zazu, right, in this? Not
Familiar.
John Oliver.
It was not John Oliver.
Rowan Atkinson, the guy that played
Mr. Bean.
Yeah, man, I'm Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
And Johnny English.
Really?
Yeah.
That same guy.
Yeah, it's Rowan Atkinson.
Wow.
Maybe just pay him some respect, you fucking monster.
I will from now on. I didn't know it was Mr. Bean. I apologize,
I'm
everybody.
Mr. Bean.
Man,
Now
there was
the
one
story's
guy I
got-
wanted to
gonna
punch in
get
the face
weird.
as hard as
Mr.
possible
Bean.
back in the day.
Everyone wanted to punch Mr. Bean. You know, that was
I
his
was like,
pitch.
oh man, for so long you think London sounds kind of cool, and then this fucker shows up, and you're like, I hate this
He's always
guy.
doing this.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Bean.
Making all weird, dude. Like this is
what
the
do you-
guy. You're just driving on the road. If I see Rowan Atkinson, I'm fucking hitting him. You know what I mean? And that would have been back in the day. Now he's cool. Love Actually, turning point. Where I was like, oh, you're not just Mr. Bean. You have range.
You play an
And
annoying
then-
shopkeeper in
then
Love Actually.
Let us not forget Rat Race. All right, you want to
course,
talk
dude.
about the
Smash
Mr.
Mouth
Bean
All-Star.
redemption story? All
Whoopi
right.
Goldberg also in that. That was their reunion
call.
tour.
Good call.
after this.
Good call.
That's true. They were like, hey.
So yeah,
Remember
then Scar slinks off, and Mufasa's like, "What am I gonna do about him?" It's like, "Fucking kill him. He sucks. He's clearly gonna kill you. Do something about it. Come on,
Rip
man."
his throat out.
Stop being a piece of garbo.
You're a lion. You do not have to adhere to any human rules or laws. You're a lion.
Eventually, Scar goes over and runs into the hyenas. He's talking to them, and he's fucking mean to them. They're bad. Whoopi
I got
Goldberg's
some
one of them.
hyena stuff for you. Cheech Marin.
Yeah.
Marin.
Cheech Marin.
Cheech Marin and Whoopi Goldberg were eventually cast as the hyenas, but the original idea was to cast Marin opposite his former partner in comedy crime, Tommy Chong.
Yeah.
We had a
But
really
they-
tough time finding the right voices for the hyenas in the movie. Gary Trousdale, one of the directors of Beauty and the Beast, helped us out in the early stages of development, and he created an entire storyboard of the hyenas as if they were played by Cheech and Chong. It was hilarious, but Cheech and Chong weren't working together at the time. We heard that Whoopi Goldberg was interested in the film, and when we asked her if she'd like to voice a hyena, she said, "Yeah, great." So we got Cheech and Whoopi instead of Cheech and Chong.
Tell you what, though, Whoopi Goldberg. This is great. These two are great.
Yeah, they're really
So
good.
great.
Really, really good.
And then Ed, the other hyena, was voiced by Jim Cummings,
Yeah.
who's done a whole bunch of just voices and stuff. But the
Oh,
weird
yeah.
thing about him, the voice of Ed, he was also the voice of the gopher that reports to Zazu. And he also filled in for Jeremy Irons as Scar on the last third of Be Prepared when Irons threw his voice out recording the song.
Whoa.
Jeremy developed vocal problems while he was recording the number, so the producers asked Cummings to come in and replace Mr. Irons. Sing the last third of
What
Be
a
Prepared
talented
in his
dude.
voice.
Jesus
Yeah, but
Christ.
not that
anything.
hard of a number, Jeremy Irons. Like, what are you
Don't
doing?
judge. Don't judge. You're not bad.
It's
He
very
had a
low
lot of
register.
character in there, though.
Really low register, though. You're not really. Just saying,
After you
maybe.
were Spider-Ham, you took 3 days off work. Said you were exhausted.
It was the role of a lifetime.
Anyways, Scar slinks off, and then Simba wakes up his dad, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, you promised me to show me the world today, or whatever." And he's like, "All right, let's fucking do this." And he walks him out to the rock, and the sun's rising. Everything you see, everything the light touches is yours.
kingdom.
And Simba immediately, just a little shit, is like, "Cool. What about that one dark place?" He's like, "Motherfucker, everything the light, touches. Are you a
Jesus.
day old?" And
You're
then he
gonna get
almost
eaten by
breaks
a
his
hippo.
neck, but he remembers can't break your neck.
worked too hard for
Snap
this.
the little shit's
Yeah.
neck.
What's over there? It's whatever. Don't go over there. When I'm king, I'll go anywhere. Well, you can't fucking go over there. Don't fucking go over there. It's
Who's
just,
Simba voiced by?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, of course.
JTT,
You kinda-
baby.
You kidding me? The JTT phenomenon. Is what it was
Did
back
any of you
then.
guys look up pictures of JTT now?
No.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Wow.
No, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because he looks like the kid still.
Can I see
Just
JTT now, please?
bigger.
Yeah.
He looks like
Remember
the
when he
kid.
played
He's been
Pinocchio
scaled up.
in the
No.
first
Scale, like,
ever live
stretched
action
out.
Disney remake?
I do not remember that whatsoever.
He did it.
Oh,
It was
no,
terrifying.
I guess I see. He was on Smallville at one time, so yeah. I've seen him since.
He just looks like an older version of
You down
the
with
kid.
JTT?
Yeah, you know me.
Good for him, man.
Do you think that Brad from Home Improvement was like pissed that he didn't get this role?
No, he was in Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, exactly. It totally worked out
He
for
was
him.
the
15
shithead
years
in
later.
Roll of a
Tokyo Drift.
lifetime.
Exactly. Well, I mean, he was typecast. What do you want? You know what I mean? That's how it was.
roll my sleeves up, make
Typecast as a racer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Race life, man.
So yeah, everything light touches yours. What about this place? Can't go there. That sucks. When I'm king, I'll do whatever I want. Being king is about more than doing whatever the fuck you want, you idiot kid. And then Zazu flies in, right? And then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you the report and all this stupid shit." And then he's like, "Oh, now we're gonna have a pouncing lesson. Get low, do
I like
this.
this.
Oh no, no, yeah, it's very cute. Very
Turn
cute.
around.
Very, very
Yeah.
cute.
I love that the dad, the king, goes from king to dad
Yeah.
so
it's so
effortlessly.
fun.
Yeah. And they have a little pounce scene that's very fun, and then the gopher shows up, right? And that's the animal, right? And shows up, and he's like, "Hey, man, there's trouble. There's fucking hyenas or whatever." And
Goddamn hyenas.
yeah, he's like, "Goddamn, I wish you
Goddamn
did."
hyenas.
Nah, okay, he does, I guess.
He's hyena
and
fucks.
Mufasa's like, "Get him back, get Simba back to Pride Rock. I gotta go take care of this." And you think we're gonna go with him? We don't. We go with Simba, of course. Like, okay, cool. This is just establishing the hyena threat. Instead, Simba goes back, and again, just a little shit walking all over the place. He walks over and starts talking to Scar again, who hates him and doesn't want anything to do with him, but is playing it up because Simba's dumb. Simba doesn't have any education. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably
His name is
He didn't
Street
go to line
Smarts.
school.
probably inbred,
street
just like
smarts.
Nala and the kid they're gonna have, you know, as well.
20 years, man.
Exactly.
like a
And so
Peruvian cousin.
eventually Scar puts it in his head, right? They're like, "Oh yeah, Dad says I can't go over there." He's like, "Well, yeah, of course not. It's an elephant graveyard." "Oh, you shouldn't have done that." Again, Jeremy Irons killing it here.
Very
Killing
well done.
it.
He's
What a
a
great-
great heel.
Manipulation.
Yeah, exactly. Manipulating the pieces on the board. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He's doing Loki before Loki was Loki.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow, dude. He's
It's a
some little
callback to
finger shit.
MCU in review. You know what I mean? Don't
watch
get that,
that.
reference.
Great show.
So he puts it in his head that only the bravest of the lions would ever go over there. It's elephant graveyard, and then Simba's like, "That sounds cool. We can't go over there." "Okay, don't worry about it." You're weird. And then Simba leaves, and Scar's like, "Yeah, I fucking got him.
I'm gonna fuck him.
Whoa, Jesus.
Like, not like actual.
Oh, not like the other one. I mean, it's like
Neck
it's the
break,
jungle
no.
out there. Nobody knows what's
Yeah.
up anymore. You know what I mean?
Expect this to be so
Welcome to
sexual.
the jungle.
The
We've
movie
got
was
funny
originally
names.
going to be called King of the Jungle, but then someone's like, excuse me, there's no jungle. It's a savannah. And they're like, fuck. What about the Lion
King of
That's
Savannah.
dope.
Savannah Smileys. Savannah Smiles.
And then Bamblet was another
Bamblet.
thing that they called it for as like a code name.
Sure.
When
Okay.
they were working
Okay.
on it. Because
Project Bamblet.
Screenwriter Irene Mecki said in The Making of the Lion King that the idea for the movie was first presented to her as Hamlet in Africa with Bambi thrown in. So we called it Bamblet.
That's cute. That's good. That's
Smart.
Yeah, I like that fact of the Fury for you. So now Simba's got it in his dumb head. He's got to go to the fucking elephant graveyard. So he goes over there to get to Nalia, right? So he's talking to Nalia, his friend, who is also his sister, apparently some way, and then his mother there, who's also probably his sister, is like, "What are you up to?" And then Nalia's
everyone
mom,
just Simba's sister?
Apparently, it's just one giant inbred farm over there. You know what I mean? Again, did you not catch the beginning of this when I was like, Mufasa is the only male? He puts Scar in the cage, and then he just fucks all the other lions, and he makes Scar watch. And Scar's over there, and that's why he's so
You think
emaciated.
Scar's the good guy in this?
I'm just saying. I think if with what I'm saying, you have more reasons for his action. I'm building a backstory for Scar that this game wanted not to give.
He
starting
needs
to
more
feel-
motivation. For
Starting to feel
Exactly.
good for
Exactly.
Scar.
So eventually, and it's a cute scene of them getting baths from their moms. That's cute because of course they lick each other. Andy, you know,
Really cute.
Andy, demonstrate.
Can you please lick Tim?
No.
Please lick Tim the side of
Lick your
Tim.
hand like a cat, and then like rub your. There you go. Now rub your hair. Yeah, you got perfect, exactly. But imagine that being a bigger Andy licking Andy, and then that's how it worked. What? That's not good for you? Do you want to? I'm sorry. Imagine Kevin's hot brother Spencer licking Andy.
Okay.
There, fine. All right.
Or imagine Kevin's cousins licking themselves. Each other.
Why? Why?
They got it. Anyways, though, so all that, and then it's like X-nay, talking A, let's get out of here, A, and they're like, all right, cool. We just need to go to the swimming pool pond or whatever they fucking call it. And they're like, all right, cool, but the not John Oliver, Mr. Bean's got to go with you. And then he's like, I fucking hate Mr. Bean, and so Mr. Bean comes with him. And they're all walking over there, and they're like, "We got to get rid of Mr. Fucking Bean. He sucks." You know what I mean? And so they go into some dumb song, and I drift out. And they're just
you.
fucking singing.
Fuck you.
They're singing.
Amazing
I think it was
song.
one jump ahead of the elephant. Something's
One
over. We're doing the thing. Bing bong, zing zong, zing zang. I'm a fucking elephant. Yeah.
Just can't wait to be king. One of my favorite fucking Disney songs of all time.
I've already skipped some songs, haven't I?
No.
This is
No.
the first
Oh,
song.
wow,
This is the
okay.
Other than
introduction.
Is this
Circle
I
of
Can't Wait to Be King?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is
yeah.
an amazing song and visually stunning. And also,
So
this is the thing I'm most worried about the 2019 one.
It's not gonna look
like
like
I
that.
don't think that it's gonna look that great.
No way.
And I just the fun of the little kid lions, we ain't gonna see that shit.
It's just going to be like black and white. Like it's just there will
Jesus.
be no color. It will be like super.
Well, that's the thing they're going to
feel
lose, right? Is the fact that like even Aladdin suffered from it, where we talked about it of losing the cartoon
Bland.
color scale of it. And Genie was
animation and-
Genie was able to do parts of it, but yeah, without having that in a live action Lion King or whatever computer generated
We'll
Lion
see.
King, it's going to
And
be a
this
struggle.
song, they changed the art style like immediately because they say that like it's from Simba's point of view. Like this is how he sees like where he lives and like what it would be like to be king. That's why all the animals are like dancing and like it's so
They're killing it,
different.
man.
It's amazing.
God, this is such a fun scene in the Sega Genesis game. Great to play.
Never played.
God,
Good
And you were a
song.
Sega kid.
It was
Good
real
song.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard.
Good song. They all do this. It's a way to distract Mr. Bean, right? And so, sure enough, Mr. Bean gets sat on by a giant elephant. Probably should be dead, but he should be dead a million times in this story. So let's not get caught up in it, right? Yeah. And then they're all gone. Oh fuck, where'd they go? You know what I mean? He's gone. And it turns out they're running over there. They're getting closer to the elephant graveyard, but then they start doing the cute thing with Pinj
Nala
Pinj
pin.
again. Yeah, exactly. And they're rolling all around being cute little cubs. And this is when you're like, maybe I should get a cat.
Foreshadowing.
Maybe I should get a cat
Or a sister.
or a sister, half sister.
Damn
Who's probably also my aunt. Again, it doesn't make. I don't. If we want to bust
Maybe
up the
a distant
whiteboard and
cousin.
start how this all
If you're
goes.
lucky, a distant cousin.
No, they're not that lucky.
I did some Googling.
It's a
and
good
yeah,
thing they're
yeah,
not doing
they
Lion
could
King
be
2.
cousins and
It would
sisters.
be worse.
Told you. Thank
So-
you. I'll accept an
worse.
apology from each one of you around the table. Tim, you begin.
I'm sorry.
Andy.
I'm sorry.
Belinda.
I was on your side the whole time.
Because we're
You're right.
bros. we
might be related.
We like watching
We don't
cats.
care.
And we say cat. Are
Let's
you
all
related to
spit
that?
into a petri dish and we'll make a child out of it. Who cares?
I love it. Savannah smiles. It's a Girl Scout cookie.
It is.
Oh my God!
association.
What a great show. Anyways, though, they end up rolling into the
By the way,
graveyard.
you wanted to be on this. Remember, you were like, "I'll do Lion King." I was like, "Are you sure?"
They
I
roll.
wasn't sure that Greg was going to be on it.
I'm back,
It
baby.
wasn't
They
until
roll.
yesterday. I was
Sorry
like,
about that.
oh,
I
man.
should have missed that.
They roll into the graveyard and they knock some bones around like, oh shit, we're in the elephant graveyard. And it's like, we can go in there. Maybe the brain will be in there. And I'm scared. I'm not scared. There's a line that'll be a callback line, right? I laugh in the face of danger. And he goes, ha ha ha. And then the ha ha echoes, and it's not them. It's the hyenas. The hyenas walk over like, what the fuck are you doing here, kitty cats? And like, oh fuck, and the bird's like, we're not supposed to be here. And they're like, oh fuck you, Mr. Bean. And it's like, oh no, it's and they start. Then it's an action scene, and everybody's running around and stuff's going, and people are panicking. And it's like, oh, we're gonna get eaten. We're gonna do this thing. Eventually, the bird, Mr. Bean, he gets away, and then Nalia, she gets pinned up against the wall by the hyenas, and then fucking Simba pops up, and he's like, and he's running like, hey, Roy, you fucking suck, man. We hate you. We're gonna eat your toe beans first.
Your toe beans?
Toe beans.
Okay.
Think of Porty's paw, right?
Yeah.
And like little beans. We call them toe beans.
Knuckles,
right?
the toe beans, sure.
Well, no, not the
it's the
underside,
paws,
the pads,
Oh,
the pads, right?
little pads, little pad
Very,
pads.
very cute on all baby animals, and Porty who never grows up. You know what I mean? I digress though. And he goes, let's hear it again or whatever. And then Mufasa's roaring like, oh fuck, it's Mufasa. And he just fucking starts slamming people around. Again, why not just kill these people? Why not just fucking kill
They
them?
attacked your child. Kill them.
Now, granted,
Show
they were
them who's
trespassing.
boss.
They were trespassing.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Do we give a shit about the hyenas? Like, you kill a couple
of course not. That
What
was
are
the
they
same
gonna
thing
do?
too. And like,
there's rules though.
Yeah, but at the end of this movie,
they're all starving, and there's a million hyenas.
There's a million hyenas.
The
and
lionesses are
3
being sent out.
lionesses just beat the shit out of all
Meat's
of them.
bad though. Bad meat. Meat's bad.
When you're dying, though, when you're
meat.
starving, you
Bad
know what I
date.
mean? When Pride Rock's going down. Anyways, we'll get to that. Anyways, Mufasa's like, don't fucking do this. He's my kid. I didn't know he's your kid. Okay. And they all scramble or whatever. And then Mufasa turns around. He's real mad. And there's some great animation here, right? Of
my
JTT's character, Simba, being all like, and even when they're walking across the plains, right? He's all,
Yeah, where it's like,
head down.
Zazu, take Nala home.
Yeah, and
you see
then,
him
and
go,
then he
oh,
gets
shit.
super low,
I'm in
super low,
trouble.
right?
They do so many great things with like depth of field and
Yeah.
like things that I don't remember seeing in Aladdin,
Yeah.
and it just shows like how the studio kind of progressed and got even more extra. It was
In like
fucking
2
awesome.
years.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he sends Nala home with Mr. Bean. He sits down with Simba and he's like, "Listen, man, you fucking lied to me, and I ain't about that life. You know what I mean? Like, you have a reputation. You're gonna be the king one day. You have all this stuff, and like, you know, look up at you. And this is these are all your ancestors. These are all the ancient kings before you. We're never alone. They're looking down upon you. One day I'll be up there looking down upon you. I think I actually the other thing with you're always gonna be here. Is, you know, one time the sun will set on my time as king. It'll rise on your time, which I thought was very
People,
beautiful.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Exactly. Right.
This whole speech they're doing it, I'm just like, fuck you. Fuck you. Here's where the knife goes. You're going to turn it later. We all know what's happening.
Sure.
I was like, no.
The line where he's like, well, you're never scared about anything. That
Yeah.
always gets me.
Ugh.
He's like, I was scared today. You know, I was like, oh fuck. And then he turns back into a dad.
Yeah, it's very good. Like Tim said
It's
earlier,
very
him going
beautifully
back and
done.
forth between being the king and dad is great. Because again, James Earl Jones in general scares me. He
And he
seems
was,
like
like,
he's always the
terrifying.
king, but then to see him not be the king,
And then they have
Where's
that lovely moment where he's like lesson over and he's like, I was scared. He's like, but you beat the hell out of those hyenas. He's like, nobody fucks with your dad, basically.
Hell yeah.
And then they start like
Motherfucking
pouncing and having fun.
Mufasa.
Yeah.
That was cool.
They had that little fun cute moment, and then I posted on my Instagram story the one like real big heartbreaker before the big heartbreaker was him on top of his shoulders and being like, "You're never gonna leave me, right, Dad?"
Yeah.
Or, it's just like, are you kidding me, dude?
5 minutes later, Dad,
Yeah,
wake
'cause
up.
we go from there, right, to Simba's back being a little dork, and Scar's like, come with me, dork. Well, Scar actually, I'm sorry, we jumped. At the elephant boneyard, Scar popped up, and the hyenas, we're going to fucking kill it. Yeah, here's the meat. I served these guys in a platter. You guys suck, but here's something to eat. We're going to kill them. I'm going to become king. They're all stupid. They don't get it for a long time. But I'm going to kill it. We need your help. We got a plan. All right, let's enact the plan. We'll call it code name Simba's fucking dead. And so
Code name,
SFP.
kill my nephew.
possibly
and or
my
maybe
brother.
my brother. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, that's not a
exactly.
code name, Scar.
So yeah,
Kill my brother tomorrow.
So I could become king.
Scar takes
Also
Simba
fuck
down to
Mufasa.
like this giant valley, right, and puts him in the like what a chasm,
Canyon?
canyon. Thank you, that's better use of it. Puts him on the rocks. Says he's got a surprise. It's to die for, and like has him wait or whatever.
That was good.
Yeah, thank you very much. And so he goes, and then he gives the signal to the hyenas, and they're like, and they start the wildebeest coming, and they're all trying. And then like Simba sees the rocks moving on the ground, and then he looks, and again, depth of field
the camera
stuff.
is so good
Yeah.
doing the
Oh, they
push
do,
it.
they do the Alfred Hitchcock fucking.
yeah, the
parallax, right?
Yeah,
No.
It's a dolly and zoom out, so
Yeah.
it has that like
That's the
weird
name. I forgot what it was. though.
warping. But also like, are these fucking wildebeest brain dead?
Yes.
Like, are they the only people
Really,
in the
wildebeest?
kingdom that cannot
Yes.
think for themselves? Because
But they
like,
got scared, Andy.
yeah, but like, they're running. You see Simba fucking like,
Well, it's
oh
more-
shit!
Yeah, but
oh,
like,
you're the fucking.
Let's
my bad.
contrast this though. It's like we run over a small lion cub who we don't really know because we've only seen
And
him
he's, like,
once,
this
like
big.
6 months ago, or we get eaten by a pack of hyenas.
Or
run.
the
You
people
run.
in the front be like, oh, there's several thousands behind me. Let me save the king.
How are they going to save them?
King.
They're running
Pick them up
70 miles an hour. Those
With
things
their
are
hooves?
thundering at you.
No, with their mouths. Pick them up.
No, I think you're overestimating how smart.
And then
the wolves are.
Mufasa jumps in, and they're just like, "Oh, I don't see the king here." Fucking, it's the king.
Herd mentality, man.
Stupid.
They're- I mean,
fucking morons.
There's
dude.
a reason they're down here underneath Pride Rock and they're up there.
But
This
how-
is the only guy smart enough to kill all the other males and fuck a bunch of different
Bullshit.
women and have a bunch of different
Bullshit.
kids he forces to fuck
If
each
the
other.
wildebeests are smart enough to go to this fucking gathering, they're smart enough to fucking be like aware of Simba and Mufasa, not just
If
keep
they're
running.
smart enough for everything you're saying, why wouldn't they eat them? Why wouldn't they rebel against that?
They don't even talk.
Thank
you
you,
think about
Belinda.
it.
That's what I'm
expert.
saying. But why does everybody else like?
Are you wearing a Lion King shirt right now? I don't think so.
Hakuna
Mario
Matata,
Kart.
shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying
Wow.
over there?
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Yep, that's what
It means shut your fucking face, Andy, for the rest of your days.
The
Really
vertigo
good.
effect is what that was.
Oh, we
What
made
you got, Big
popular
Bear?
by Vertigo.
I know it as just the dolly
Makes
zoom.
sense. Yeah, I think it was just a dolly, not a zoom, right?
Well, no, that effect is just called the dolly zoom.
Yeah, but I think in this, I don't
Named
know
for
if it
dolly
actually doesn't matter.
Vertigo
We can move on.
effect.
Anyways,
cool.
yeah. Oh shit, it's popping off, and Simba's scared. He runs over to a tree. He's barely hanging on. Scar runs over to Mufasa, and he's like, "Oh, Simba, stampede, brother." And so Mufasa's like, "What the fuck?" And he takes off. He's running over there, right? And the bird gets there. Mr. Bean, he gets down there, and he's like, "Simba, hold on." He's like, "I can't help me." And he's like, "I'm a fucking bird, Mr. Bean. I can't do anything."
Fair.
Exactly. True.
It's just a little bird.
And Mufasa gets there and he's terrified. And but he gets down there. He's dead. He got to get down there. You got to get his hands dirty. If he kept any other male lions as like part of the lion guard, maybe this could have helped out. But no, instead he killed everybody. He gets down there though, and he gets over there. He's getting bumped around and doing all this different stuff. And he grabs Simba, but he gets knocked down. He's doing this. Finally runs to the thing, and puts Simba up on the little shelf or whatever. And then again, this is where. Again, they're animals. I understand, right? They're not that smart. They're not like us. They don't wear pants. But Mufasa has he's sliding around a bit for sure, but he has a
He's
hole.
stable, is what I'm
He should just think to himself, it's not like there's not an unlimited amount of wildebeest.
call that
If I just
30 seconds.
chill for a sec, I can
Tom
slide
Cruise
back
in
down
Mission
comfortably.
Impossible.
Yeah.
But instead, he's like, you know what? I'm going to push through this, get to the top. He almost gets to the top. He's there, just another couple paw prints away. But he's been knocked around, and Scar's there. And he's like, "Help me, brother!" And he's like, "Long live the king!" And he stabs him in the paws and throw him away. And then again, we get another good shot of him falling, screaming, and then the punch in on Simba, going, "No!"
You're like, oh no.
I thought that was Halo.
I thought it was Little Mermaid. I thought it was Little Mermaid.
I mean, apparently they're maybe stealing from some of their own shit.
Master Chief comes.
And of course, it immediately ends. Right now, the wildebeests are done. They did their thing, and so then Simba
There's
runs
one
down
bitch
there.
ass one left.
Yeah.
What was he up to?
He's like, what's going on?
Again, these morons.
He's like, what are we running from? No hyenas, by the
Simba
way.
runs down there and he's like, "Dad," and he's like, it's very sad, and and Mufasa's got like a crooked whisker, and that's how you know he's dead. You know what I mean?
Somebody,
Yeah, it's good.
anybody.
Like he pulls his ear. Oh, it's so sad.
And then he goes underneath.
Fuck
He goes
this.
underneath him, underneath his little paw armor. Or whatever. Very cute too.
Also, a lot of air pollution, a lot of dust in the air, a lot of
It'd be hard-
People,
It's hard to breathe.
and I'm not trying to get political or anything, but a lot of people put global warming on us. But I think this is evidence enough that we're not the only causes. You know what I mean?
dust.
The lions and the wildebeests.
Just saying,
Big
if I'm
culprits.
gonna sit
Yeah,
here and watch all these guys
stampedes.
set
You also-
fire and fucking forest
you also
fires,
don't know, like-
don't get mad about me and my fossil fuels. all right?
Because you understand that all the wildebeest went after that and they got in their cars and they drove away. They drove away. We done?
While smoking.
Driving Hummers.
We didn't say it earlier, but this reminds me again, animation style and how good they are, like nonverbal storytelling. But like the way like Simba wrapped around his like mom's legs and stuff when he was originally waking up and going out with dad and stuff, like showing how much they all loved each other and stuff. I thought was really cute. And they'll do
Also,
it
one of
later,
those
too.
things where you know that they had to like actually go watch real lions to figure out like no animator thought of that. They must have seen that happen in the wild and be like, oh, that's cool. We're gonna steal that. Was this sequence, was it CG or was it hand drawn?
I think
I mean,
was
it must have been.
I think it was 3D. I think the wildebeest were There was some effect, like
They
I know
use like Caps, which is like a computer animation program. So like they made a bunch of them, but they're still like hand drawn. But
they were just like mass produced
right.
kind of.
That's
So
how
it's
you
still-
get like
'cause I
the
was gonna
depth
say
of
it-
field and stuff. It's like it's all
That's cool.
Like,
It looks
hand-drawn.
way better than Aladdin did.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's what I was gonna. It
the
didn't.
Cave
It didn't
Wonder stuff
seem.
had that like cheap look to it, whereas this was like, okay, you believe it, like even though they're using a bunch of different techniques.
Right.
But it was. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like I didn't. I thought going into this that it was CG. I was like, oh, here comes the CG part, and I was like, well, maybe this is hand drawn, but that makes more sense. It was both.
Yeah. I can't believe how powerful this scene remains. It's just like I don't think it's ever been less sad when I've seen it. Like it gets me so
Yeah.
fucking
But, like,
hard
but-
every single time.
Think about this though. Like, and this is why, and I'm gonna say it.
Think about
80s and 90s kids are just harder. We're just harder human beings. Unlike those people that weren't born when this movie was out. They're soft and just like a gooey jam, just a little sticky, but just you can wash it off.
I like to
really
think
easily.
of us-
response he wanted.
I think of us.
So he's
we-
gonna keep saying
Us,
words.
we're like a porcelain sink, right? Stuff gets on it, but it rolls off the side of
right
it.
off
You
the
can
side of
clean
it.
it off real
Right,
easy.
these new
People
kids-
from Barrett's generation are
Yeah.
like the bathroom rug, just
Yeah.
absorbing everything.
Just never quite
able
gets
to
dry.
shake
Hold
it.
on. Never
The
gets
blood
dry.
stain,
I don't know, it
exact
smells a
stain.
little-
I'm
lost the
shocked.
thread.
We're fucking hard, and he's
Hard
fucking
as
soft.
But think about this. This is a kid.
Oh, hold on, Softy McSofterton, as somebody
I'm
saying.
just saying, y'all didn't get this until y'all were in your fucking teens
Right,
because
we
you're
got it,
old.
like,
I
one.
was 2 years old when I watched this
I'm
for the
just
first
saying that-
fucking
well,
time.
first
So I
off-
started as a
Remember, it
child.
wasn't even You're all goo goo gaga. You don't know what the fuck's happening.
Poop pants. I'll tell you this though. No, on that note though, we did get this when we were 2 years old. It's called fucking Bambi, and we didn't have to wait 30 minutes.
sucks.
The shit happens right at the beginning. It's like Bambi. Oh, look at Bambi's mom. Bam! Right in the fucking head. Bambi's mom's gone. Bambi's world's all turned upside down.
Why are you competing?
We're harder. All I'm saying is this though, like real talk though. How many kids movies do you see that like one of the main characters dies and they have to deal with death?
I mean, I feel like a lot were inspired
Really?
by this. Yeah. Yeah.
Recent movies, recent kids animated movies, a main character that
In-
you see that
in
a good guy
Coco.
dies.
He gets
Ooh.
poisoned and dies.
which one?
In Coco.
I was gonna say up to.
Big
Literally
Hero
comes
poisons
back.
him. They say murder.
But he comes back.
He doesn't come back.
Big
In
Hero
Coco?
6 as well.
He's like
old
around.
Big Hero
brother.
6, yeah, that's a good one.
I feel like
Right.
they'll learn from the power of death.
No,
As
all
a-
I'm saying
as
is
a
that
trope.
it's great that they did that. That is a
Season 2
commitment
Daredevil.
thing that kids don't necessarily get to see all
back
that
to
often.
that.
That's what makes this so impactful. That's all I'm saying. They don't do that
fucking
shit
dope.
anymore because people can't. die
Scar
anymore.
comes over and he's like, "Oh, this fucking sucks, huh? Fuck, man. Sorry about your dad. Sorry about all this. They'll never accept you back, though. It's your fault. This is all
Yeah.
your fault. I
And
know.
the
I
kid's
told
like,
you, but
there's a moment where he's like, really? I don't think it's my fault. He's like, no, it's definitely
he's
your
like,
fault.
you know what? I've been
I
alive
told you
for
to
3
stay
days.
here.
All right,
It's my
Uncle
fault,
Scar.
I guess.
Fucking
yeah.
Theo Scar, dude.
He's like, all right. And he's
That was
like,
a Ray
run, Simba.
Leon.
Theo Scar.
Run and never come back.
Which I was like, oh, he's going to let him go. And then he immediately goes, go kill him. And Scar, very smart because he's hedging his bets here. He can't just kill him himself. He's got, if Simba somehow made it back, was like, oh, I'm not going to run, then he's still clean. Hands are clean.
Yeah.
Unlike the Bathman, which
That is
apparently has
Barrett.
blood on it.
It's Barrett.
Did you mention it having
What's your Batman
having
look
blood?
like?
Not bloody.
Oh, really? Well, fuck.
What are you doing? You
Don't worry
shower.
about it. Don't worry about it. Anyways, yeah. So Scar's like, yeah, get him, kill him. And so like the hyenas run after him, and Simba's running. He scurries around a bit, scurries through a hole, falls down into a thicket.
Good
He's
use.
able to.
Good use of that word.
He's
yeah.
able to get through and be all right. But of course, the Cheech, he comes down there and he gets all stuck in the butt and stuff. And he comes up and everybody laughs at him and nobody else wants to go down there. And it's like, Whoopi's like, you know
If you
what?
come back,
he's
we'll
gonna
kill
fucking
you.
die.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Whoopi's
matter.
hair is dope as fuck.
Yeah.
In
I
real
always
life
thought
and
that.
in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially.
Both.
Exactly. So yeah, Simba's off into the wild. This is what's happened. I'm gonna put it here. I'm not sure if it goes here. Everybody can shut the fuck up. Scar goes back and he's like, "Sucks that Mufasa's dead. Sucks that Simba's dead. I'm taking the crown. Everybody. It's already dark because you know it's bad now.
Yeah.
And immediately I'm moving in all the hyenas. Every
Very-
hyena's
very-
Climate change, the global warming.
Very
Exactly.
fast. Like, hey guys, we need to make some changes.
Hey,
around
that's how
here.
you do it.
I would argue that
Seize
this
power.
movie's very close to being perfect. This section right here is the thing that I'm like.
I think this is when the hyenas come in and goose step as Nazi
yes,
soldiers too.
Yeah, be
It's like,
prepared,
all right.
which is dope as hell.
No, be prepared is before
before the Simba killing.
this
Okay.
stampede.
Yeah.
When he lays it all out for the hyenas, the plan, right?
What a great villain song. Every Disney movie needs a villain song, and I hate when they don't have them. And
All the Star Wars
too
ones.
often they don't have them, and it's bullshit.
This
But
was
one's really
terrifying.
good, and apparently it's cut from the new one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I fucking
They don't-
almost
they don't wanna
ruined
have
Jeremy
hyenas
Irons'
goose-stepping.
voice. What do you want?
Right.
Yeah.
They couldn't. You
Who's
tell
the
me
new
they couldn't
guy?
get
It
Jim
was cut
Cummings
from the
back?
new one because there's no way they could like properly portray green fucking light emitting from the ground somehow. But it looked awesome.
And then
It
like
looks fucking
rows
awesome,
of
man.
hyenas and like a fascist.
Yeah,
like,
very, very horrible imagery coming from those hyenas
Yeah.
marching down the line.
I will say, yeah, that is to Greg's earlier point where we get this is a 90-minute long movie. There could maybe 5 more minutes before he decided to destroy everyone's world with moving in this
let's
fucking
get
fascist
going.
army. It's fine.
Just do it.
All right,
know what I mean?
you're right.
Meanwhile,
off.
yeah, no, thank you. Meanwhile, out in the,
I was agreeing with you, but I'll fuck off.
I'm just saying. I don't think I'm being serious. I don't think they needed it. I don't know. Simba has collapsed out in the heat of the desert. There, he's out there on the cracked plains. You know what I mean? Buzzards are starting to circle. They come down. They're ready to eat him. And then who comes in? Everybody's favorite, Timon and Pumbaa. Now they ride on in there and they're like, "It's us, Timon and
I hate
Pumbaa.
it.
I'm a fucking warthog, and this guy's some kind of ferret. Yay! All right, this is happening." The ferret's got a little red hat on. Awesome. This is great.
Yeah, I always thought he was
I love
wearing-
jungle animals.
red hat on.
When I was a kid, I thought he was wearing gloves and little booties. I didn't realize that was just the color of his fingers. I was like, he's got gloves on. That's cool.
Greg, can you call him Ferret Bueller?
Ferret Bueller? Sure.
Yeah,
Doesn't
okay.
really work. I mean,
No, because that's
that's
the other
Matthew
character.
Broderick's Simba older.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nathan
well,
Lane.
I
Nathan
was
Lane
plays
I was just
Timon.
doing a play on words.
Is
Oh,
it Timon or Timon?
It's
Because-
Timon, they say in the thing, and Pumbaa.
Yeah, but I know. Is it Pumbaa though? Because there's a point
Pumbaa.
where
It's
fucking
Pumbaa.
Nathan Lane says Pumbaa,
Yeah.
and my whole life I just thought it was Pumbaa. And when I heard Pumbaa, it threw me for a
I
loop.
thought it was Timon. And then Matthew Broderick was like, Timon. I was like, what?
This is what happens when
What?
things are released to popular culture, where it's just like they can say whatever they want, and then we get to come in and be like, no, that's a dumb pronunciation of both those words. We're saying it this
We're
way.
going to go Timon and Pumbaa.
I believe it's
And
called
also the way that
cultural
these things happen,
appropriation.
Matthew Broderick recorded all of his lines alone. Didn't know who any of the other voice
Yeah,
actors
no
were going to
idea.
be. That's a
Yeah.
true story though. And so he like it wasn't until the premiere that he knew who Nala's voice was.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Shout out to Moira Kelly from The Cutting Edge.
Beyonce knows.
Did he already know her, or was that just like
Well, I'm sure he has met her at some point because everyone's seen The Cutting Edge.
I've seen The Cutting Edge? Yes.
Have you Topic? Topic.
I don't know that.
Cutting Edge.
I don't,
Belinda
I
knows.
don't remember it well.
yeah.
but
No
I've
idea
seen
what
it.
you're talking
It's
about.
when she was a figure skater, right? And he was a
Yeah.
hockey player, and they had
He's
to
like,
like
you
fucking
doing?
fuck.
He's like, and then he has to go tell his dad that he's doing. He's like, well, I'm doing a lot of
Can I
figure
make it
skating. And
any
one of the old guys in the
more
bar just
obvious?
goes, finger painting. That's what passed for humor in the late 90s.
They save him. They're like, oh man, this fucking, he's a lion. That's bad. Lions like to eat us because we're little shits. And he's like, no, well, we could be our friend. And then he's like, wait, I have a plan. He could be our friend. And they pick him up and they carry him back to water and they just shove his fucking face in the water. And he's like, I'm a little cat. And he's like fucking licking it up,
You got
just
a
like
cute- you
milk
got a
mommy.
cute little tongue.
Yeah. Oh, I'm playing it because like everybody's tongue can be multiple shapes. I'm trying to make
Look
it
at how
small.
big your tongue can get. No, it's not that big. You have a nice sized tongue.
You have
This
like
is
the very distinctive snake slit down the middle. Wow, you see that? You've seen this?
Yeah. you are
Barrett, do you want to
fucking
digitally
Voldemort.
punch in?
All right, hold on.
Do you?
Like you don't have to, right? There's a very distinctive slit in the middle,
Oh, there is. You can see it.
right? It's impressive. It looks like it could split off into.
I'm just
the
gonna say it
thing.
kind of looks like a dickhead.
Like from Blade 3
I'm just gonna say
or Blade 2.
Just put it out there.
It does look like a dickhead.
Thank
you're
you.
right.
I mean, what are we
Yeah.
gonna dance around the obvious?
No.
here?
Weird.
You got
I'll tell
dick
you,
for
for
a
the
mouth?
Lion King interview, this got oddly sexual and stayed there.
Nobody's saying do this.
Nobody's saying do that.
Anyways, he wakes up and he's like,
fuck my
thanks, I'm a
sister."
fucking lion. I'm just going to walk over here. Like, why are you so depressed? He's like, it's a long story and everything sucks back home and I suck and everything sucks. And they're like, well, you don't have to worry about things sucking. Like, this is where they start Matadinen, or is it do we eat the bugs first?
well, they talk about eating the bugs and
Then
launches
let's
into
eat
the
some
song.
fucking bugs. And like, what do you mean bug? Get your grub on. It is grubs. Slimy yet satisfying. And they're eating all these fucking
Tastes
bugs.
like
And it's
chicken.
like,
Which, when I was a little kid, was the fucking funniest thing for some reason. I feel like everyone thought that was hilarious. It was like, it tastes like chicken. Like, the
Everything
amount of
tastes
times
like
I
chicken
said that
in
line in
America.
my life.
It was
Too
such
many.
a that's
Tastes like
such a
chicken.
90s like that was
Right.
Like saying psych.
I mean no like tastes like chicken is like what then became kind of awkward like
Yeah.
how every like kind of
Not.
like yeah just I guess I don't know.
That's true.
Oracle's famous catchphrase.
What did I do?
What a great moment from nicknames. This is also where we get Pimby thing, and he farts a lot. He's a warthog and he farts a lot, and he cleans out the places when he farts. But they don't say fart, but they go to say fart, and they stop, and he says, because the kids, and they look at the camera. And
Is that
then
what that
back to
was?
Simba.
I guess I just think
because the
I'm
next
too dumb.
rhyming word would have been fart in there.
Oh,
because
because I was like, what were they gonna say then?
But we get so this is
really weird.
this is where we get the
Throbbing
transition
dick.
between JTT and Matthew Broderick, right? As they're singing.
Yeah, well, no, you're right. You're right.
Across the log of time.
And so yeah, Hakuna Matata pops up, and let me tell you, if you haven't seen this movie in 2 decades like myself or whatever, man, have we taken this Hakuna Matata thing in the wrong direction.
Oh,
It turns out that this is totally like, just forget your responsibility. Just like walk away from all responsibility.
Relax.
This is why we have so many deadbeat dads in this country.
Yeah.
They all grew up hearing this shit,
Inspired.
and they're like, oh fuck, this sucks. You know what I
Should've
mean?
listened
You
to
guys are
Hakuna Matata.
like, we grew up hard,
Yeah, exactly.
but no worries.
Now, to be fair, if you are a warthog and or what is
Meerkat.
Timon? A meerkat,
Fair.
you are being hunted constantly, and probably the only way you can deal with the horror of the reality of your life is just to forget about it. Because at any given second, as we see in about 10 minutes, a lion might fucking eat you.
I mean, it's years later. You know what I mean? So they're living pretty scot free, if you ask
And
me.
also, they age real well.
Well, warthogs
fuckers-
live to be about
Cats
100.
grow up so quick. You know, I can't. I think has it even been a full year?
I think you're talking about meerkats.
Has it even been a full year he's been gone? What do you think? 2
See,
years?
that's the thing with all this, where it's like, when I was talking about, I feel like we could have used a little bit more here, because it's just like Hakuna Matata, age him up, that's great.
We don't need
I
more
feel
Tim,
like
because
we
we don't
do.
need that fucking awkward shitty haircut he had in the middle.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I
I'm with you.
love it.
Because
I
that was
love it.
awkward as hell, and I hate it.
love
Wait.
the haircut, the mohawk.
Remember how they
thing.
there's like
Just
one,
walks
there's
across
little
the bridge.
Simba, then there's mid Simba
There's
with a
teen
really bad. He
Simba.
doesn't have his whole mane yet.
He has a little chest hair and he has like a mohawk.
Little puberty Simba.
No.
I'm fine with
When
all
he's,
that.
like,
I'm
weird
talking
and
about like
stinky
right
and you're like,
after this.
just
I want
maybe
some
shave, just
context.
shave.
How long has this been? What's been going on?
Well, it's weird. The beginning's like 2 days, a day. It's like not long at all. And then there's a whole big skip. And
Could have
then
been
there's another
15
big
years.
skip.
I just feel like the cat. I think it's been probably.
I think
like,
it's less than a year.
I'll say a year and a half tops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Because again, you figure Scar's just run him out of food, right?
Because he's also not as big as his dad. Like, he looks like Mufasa, but he's not as big and
Well,
physically
he's been
hulking.
eating fucking bugs the whole time.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
like-
This is
when you see
another
a-
reason why you don't go vegetarian.
Like when you see a big Labrador and it's like, oh, he's
Wait,
2 years
Bugger.
old. And it's like, Jesus, that's a big lab for only being 2 years old. But
Sure.
he's still a baby, kind of. He's still got, the young
Still
tendencies.
falling off stuff.
Yeah,
He's so
goofy.
cute.
His hair's just kind of Andy-like.
He's totally got like the Sean Hunter hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
he does. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. Yeah, Sean Hunter.
I wanted that haircut style
didn't?
so
You know
bad.
what I mean? Everyone
My
wanted
mom
Sean
was like,
Hunter.
Andy, your hair's not straight. And so I
It
made
is now.
her buy a hair product that would straighten it.
Nice, good job. Then you had the hair.
It smelled a lot of burned. Oh, a burned. Drag. Yeah.
Did it ever look good?
No, God.
Okay.
See my graduation photos.
Please send
Who
them.
I'd
allowed
love to see
that?
those.
Please
I would
show.
love to see
If you
those.
have Andy's graduation photos, put them up on the subreddit. Right next to Kevin's hot brother. So yeah, we've aged him up. He's Matthew Broderick. They're hanging out. They're looking up at the stars, and because they've just been living. They ate a bunch. They're just had a whole bunch of food. They're really happy. They're laying there. They're just
Living
having-
life, man.
Hakuna Matata. They don't give a shit about nothing. Right? The days are all bleeding into one another. They don't know what year it is.
Speaking of Pokemon, Kakuna Ratata is a kind of a
Yeah.
joke. Kakuna and then Ratata?
I know Rattata the rat. Yeah.
Yeah, Kakuna's the other. He's a Pokemon.
Is he a rat though?
No, it's
No,
just
it's-
it's just
It's
like
like
putting
a
Just the
words
funny
together.
names.
just a funny
Gotcha.
name.
Okay. Hilarious.
It's a Facebook algorithm, sure.
Oh, okay.
Internet
That's a
Explorers.
good way to put it.
And so they're looking up stars. What do you think the stars are? Meerkat moron has something stupid to say.
Fireflies. He was looking at fireflies.
Yeah,
They're
he's
stuck up
right.
in that big blue thing.
Stupid warthog has something to say that's actually right. Balls of gas.
Giant balls of gas.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, you think it was giant balls of gas billions of light years away from
Yeah.
here?
Nah.
And then Simba, yeah, he's all like, "Oh, they're our ancestors, the ancient kings." Looking down, and they all laugh at him. They really
Ah,
fucking
this religious
fucking
guy.
get around.
Shoving his shit down my throat, man.
And so
Keep your
Simba
fucking
walks
worship
off,
to
and
yourself, bro.
he's super sad, and he's like, "Oh man, I fucked everything up, and everything sucks." And blah blah. And then I probably cut back here, and Scar's like, "Everything sucks here. I fucked everything up here." And they're all like, "We need food." And he's like, "I'm Scar. Look at all these hyenas."
I respect
I'm
that in
evil."
the span of 9 months, the landscape, Scar somehow managed to mismanage this so poorly.
about
The
climate change,
landscape, just overcast. Everything's barren. It is the apocalypse
Yeah.
over on Pride Rock.
It looks like a fucking meteorite hit.
Yeah, it really does. Like, these are the end days.
Yeah.
This is the end of days.
And so back to Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba, they're all over there, and they're just like, "We've been living here in the jungle. This is
You just call him Zumba? Simone, Pim, and Zumba. They're dancing, they're burning calories. Drunk.
Keep up, everybody. Keep up. And so they, Simba, he breaks off to do something. Who the fuck knows? And then the Warthog man, he's over there doing something. And then he notices that, hey, look what it's the lioness trying to chase him down. The lioness chasing him. It's clearly Nala. She's out there. She's hunting for Pride Rock. She running after him. Warthog man gets stuck in a little knot in the tree. Ferret man's trying to push him out. And then what do you know? Simba comes running over. And they do like this really long, drawn out, like they're batting at each other.
But kind of hot. Did we know that it's Nala because we've seen the movie?
Because there's like one female lion character that
we don't know her until
she doesn't say anything until they talk.
It's not until she pins him. She pins him and he goes, no.
But also, how terrifying is
that?
That
Would have been
part
cool, to watch it for the first time and be like, oh fuck Nala, bro, I forgot.
She's back. Whoa.
But just to shout out again to the animation style and like how well they use the depth of field. Like there's that great shot where he looks over and you don't see her in the tall grass.
Yeah.
And then you do see her, and she just like pops up a little. You're like, oh my god, that's terrifying.
It's a masterpiece.
She pounces, and you forget the lionesses are the ones doing the hunting.
Yeah. They sure do.
The lions just hang out and bang everything
Fucking
apparently in Pride Rock and just abuse their brother.
Except Scar with his broken pee-pee.
Oh, it's dangling. It's supposed to go up.
Hyenas dance for me.
Why are they both like that? It's like, it's just crazy.
Because they fucking gave. Here's what they did. All right.
You don't have to explain.
We're good. Yeah, wow.
Disney gave you a thing and it wasn't a complete picture. We're here fucking putting the color
We're
on
filling
it.
in the
All right?
blanks, bro.
Sorry, you want to fucking.
You got a blind spot back there? We're
neutered
filling
version
it in.
of Lion King.
That's
Go
what
watch
comics
it. You
are
know what I'm saying?
basically. It's just
Exactly.
everything that could possibly happen.
Anyways, though, so then they wrestle and they you're alive, but I'm not dead. That's great. And everything sucks back home. You should come home. I'm not gonna come home. Not gonna come home. Why not? I'm not gonna tell you. But we're friends. We're not going. But then they started hanging out and everything's fine. And then immediately Timon is just like, boom, it's over.
No.
I've seen this before.
I laughed so fucking hard at all these lines.
He's not gonna
like
poo-poo in
we
it.
lost them. Immediately.
Immediately.
So
Because
good,
you know
dude.
when you're with
such
your
a
friend
junior
group,
high thing, yeah.
and the guy he meets a girl and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I mean, they're all
No.
bachelors, and then there's
I'm
the
getting a lot of
girls.
the Stranger Things vibe, in this
yeah.
current
Oh,
season.
yeah.
Season
But
three.
also, I'm seeing a lot of parallels between Bo Peep in the most recent Toy Story and Simba, where it's like, bro, I left, man. Like, I'm out of my own. I'm doing my own independent thing. It's great out here. You should try it out or whatever. I've seen a lot of parallels with them.
Can You Feel Love Tonight song is playing
beautiful.
here. This is a great song right here.
Can you
So good.
Yeah, great. And we're going back.
Going.
No, you can. What?
We're just going through, and then we're seeing them kind of like catch up. They're walking through the waterfall. Beautiful. All this beautiful.
gorgeous.
But then they do the reverse pounce thing.
Yeah.
And then it's him like
Fuck
on
me
top
eyes.
of her. And
I just got
have
goosebumps,
never
dude.
seen Fuck Me Eyes.
I know!
hard, man. It's just like, I guess I want to fuck a lion. Like, that's
Even
crazy.
when I was watching it again, I was like, oh my gosh.
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
That's in there.
It is.
It was
Like,
good.
they did that, and they're just like, you know what? Like, it's kind of, it reminds me of like when I'm making a thumbnail and I ask you guys, like, is this too far? And it's like normally Greg will be like, no, it's fine. Nick will be like, you can go a little farther.
You always go farther.
I haven't
It's
seen
just like this.
Yeah.
This scene was like if Nick animated it.
Do you think that this is when the child from the end of the movie was conceived?
Oh.
So-
And also, do you think they still call it doggy style if it's two cats having
You're
sex?
bringing the real questions here. The gestation period for lions is 110 days. So we
That's
have to
not a
think
lot.
if this was the time that baby was made, then
110 days
then
later, he's
they'd come
restored the
back,
ecosystem.
Then the
Biodome.
Pride Lions kind of has to like go from gray
Sure.
to colorful again. I don't know if that can happen in 110 days.
Yeah,
but-
he may have kept it.
Well, I
in
think
his
the
head as one.
timeline here is pretty loose on everything.
Yeah.
So we're just
at
gonna
the-
say,
at
yeah,
the
this is when the
end,
kid got conceived.
it's not like fully back together. Like you see like patches of grass coming back and stuff just because it's
Oh,
colorful.
thank you, Barrett. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
I hadn't
110
seen
days.
Fuck Me Eyes like that since Vanessa Kirby looked at Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible in the car.
Yeah.
You know what scene I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
She looks at him, she's just like,
yeah.
I need this right now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Real good
I'm,
stuff.
I get what I want, is
Yeah.
what she said.
I paused
And
it
want
on
you.
that scene for quite a bit.
Yeah, 30
Okay.
seconds at
30
least.
seconds at least.
30,
All right.
30, 15 seconds.
10 seconds.
Well, Linda just absolutely regretting coming back.
I have no idea.
It's when
some
new people
point
come in
in
and realize
here-
how ridiculous we
A
are.
whole bunch of shit got thrown in the air and drifted all the way over to that crazy goddamn monkey doctor that nobody likes. That's creepy and is weird and has a bunch of fruit on a pole.
What do you got
And he's
against
all like,
Rafiki?
Simba? Simba live? But like,
but-
Jesus, kill it.
But do you think he went back to the painting and was like, "Fuck, why did I?"
No, because
he's like
he
smeared
does
it.
the little thing and it's very cute, very cool.
It is very
Does he
cool.
fix it? Did I miss that part?
No, yeah, he fixed it.
what's
Yeah,
the
okay.
main
Puts
on
the
it?
main on it.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It's very cool. Very
Really,
cool.
really,
I like that
really
a lot.
cool.
I
that
like
a
this.
lot.
By the way, I think it was played by the guy that played Benson. Right? Can you look up the guy's name?
I know Benson.
Hold on, I'll look it up. You guys. You can
Benson
keep
what?
recapping.
What's that?
The show
Benson was
Benson.
the old school show. He played Benson, and I think he
I'm
ended
thinking
up
Becker.
Ted Danson.
definitely different
Benson.
shows.
Yeah.
Different show.
What's the actor's name?
Well, we find the name of Benson, aka the creepy monkey doctor.
I got Robert. How do you say his last name?
Robert Goulet.
No, Gallman.
Guillaume.
Guillaume.
There's too many
Call my
Lion
wife.
Kings.
My wife
There's
will
the
know.
Broadway
My wife will
musical. There's the 2019 one.
Let's move
There's a
on.
whole bunch of shit.
Anyways, it was Benson, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was Benson.
Before we move on, let me tell you that this episode's brought to you by Zebit. No one likes zero of anything. Like when you break your phone and lose contact with the outside world, that means zero calls, zero text, zero social media. Honestly, life without a phone means pretty much zero everything. Having zero of anything is hardly ever a good thing unless we're talking about Zebit. That's Zebit. They'll change your whole perspective on zero forever. Zero interest financing could have been really helpful to some of my friends back in the day, back in college, when they made some questionable decisions. It's a better credit option.
Been there, Tim.
Yeah, Zebit could have helped you, man. Zebit provides a better credit option for those who need it. They allow you to buy what you need and pay overtime interest-free. Zero cost to join. With Zebit, there's no cost to join, no membership fees, and no late fees. Zebit does not check your credit score. There's zero impact on your credit score, and your Zebit account does not affect your credit score. Zebit has everyday items at everyday prices in the huge marketplace. They have more than 50,000 products in their marketplace with brand names like Xbox, Sony, Apple, GoPro, and Fitbit. There you go, Andy.
Hey.
From electronics to barbecues, furniture, and more, Zebit has everything you need for when you need it. Zebit has a 5-star rating on Trustpilot, and they've earned the trust of more than 1 million customers who shop on Zebit. Sign up for Zebit today at zebit.com/morning and get up to $2,500 credit to shop the Zebit marketplace at zero interest and zero cost to join. That's zebit.com/morning. For up to $2,500 of interest-free credit. Zebit.com/morning. And shout out to Upstart. As most of us have found out the hard way, getting into debt is easy and getting out is hard, especially if your FICO score isn't great. Thankfully, now there's Upstart.com, the revolutionary lending platform that knows you're more than just your credit score and offers smarter interest rates to help you pay off high-interest credit card debt. Upstart really could have helped out one of my friends a few years ago when he was going through other financial issues. Upstart goes beyond the traditional FICO score when assessing your credit worthiness. They actually reward you based on your education and job history in the form of a smarter interest rate. Wow. Upstart believes that you're more than just your credit score. They believe in you, and they understand that. They make it fast, simple, and easy to check your rate in just a few minutes without affecting your credit score. And the best part, once your loan is approved, most people get their funds the very next business day. Wow. That's the next day.
That's really fast.
Can't get much faster than that. Over 200,000 people have used Upstart to pay off credit cards, student loans, fund their wedding, or just to make a large purchase. Free yourself from the burdens of high-interest credit card debt by consolidating everything into one monthly payment with Upstart. See why Upstart is ranked number 1 in their category with over 300 businesses on Trustpilot, and hurry to upstart.com/morning to find out how low your Upstart rate is. Checking your rate only takes a few minutes and won't affect your credit. That's upstart.com/morning. UPSTART.com/morning. Back to the plot. I'm going to be honest with you, Greg.
Yeah.
This is one of the hardest episodes to have ever found a place for the ad.
The cursing.
I've been trying to find it for about 30 minutes now. But here we go.
I'm sorry, you brought a filthy movie.
It's fine.
You know what
I
mean?
did.
I don't know if you know, these animals don't even wear underwear. All right, how am I supposed to focus on the fucking plot? You know what I'm saying?
There we
I
go.
watch these goddamn asses
There's
mess around.
death, there's nudity.
So, we have established everything.
Rafiki.
Nala. And, Rafiki's back in the picture, right? Yeah. Nala and Simba have conceived a child. Again, we're just saying it's
Nimba.
canon now. Nimba.
That's what they're going to call it.
Nice job, buddy. I love you. So Nimba.
Go back to the Russian.
Nimba is gestating inside Nala's uterus. Nala then is like, cool, you gotta come back. Simba's like, I am not coming back. There's nothing you can do to make me come back. I need you. I don't care. Whatever. They walk off all mad at each other. Simba starts walking off in one direction. And guess what? Yeah, here comes the weird doctor monkey that's creepy and nobody likes.
But I love that he tries to sell her on the idea of Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, she's like, that's stupid. You're an idiot. And he's like, no, everybody's going to forget that it's a bad thing and put it on shirts and everybody's going to wear it. I think it's a great idea. So then, he runs into the monkey doctor.
just their
The
version
monkey
of Denial.
doctor is like jumping around and being all weird and very weird. He has magical monkey powers and it's very creepy to everybody involved. And he's basically like, no,
So magical that he
that,
couldn't figure out that Simba was alive until he had to smell the dirt.
Exactly. Well, I mean, he smelled the dirt. That's all that matters. Basically, he's like, he hits him in the head, focus on the past, and he dodges it.
What a great
I'm
line.
over it.
It's great.
I'm jumping around But then he was like,
Focus on
come
the
see my
past.
fucking dad or whatever. And I'll come here and he looks in the water. That's not my dad. And then he hits him that and focus on the past. And then he looks up in the sky and then there it is. There's his dad, who fucking ghost dad.
James Earl Jones himself.
Yeah,
Force
exactly.
Ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
The Black
Being
Panther
listen,
Simba, what are you
yeah,
doing?
right? You watch this whole movie, I'm like, this feels a lot like Black Panther.
Yeah, they ripped off Black Panther.
It sucks, man.
Yeah.
Disney's
Crazy.
so out of ideas, they just rehashed the Lion King when they already made Black
They're
Panther.
doing it again.
You gotta imagine
coming out
all
in
of
theaters
it's
this
like
week.
African culture
Sure.
stuff. So that's why there is similarities.
Like the space sky stuff.
Yeah.
Well, also similarities with most religions, with your father going up to heaven and living up there. I
Purple
digress.
skies. Yeah.
Purple sky's a big part of the Bible. So yeah, basically he's like, I told you to fucking take care of this. Take care of this. You look inside, you know you're you're me, we're all each other. And he's like, fuck, I'm you, you're me,
circle
we're
of
all
life.
each other. But he doesn't roar. And he's
That's kind of good.
Thank you. That's my baby one.
That was a bobcat
Wait for the big
roar.
one.
You're
Yeah,
a
exactly.
bobcat.
I'm a bobcat.
You're a Bob.
You're a Bobco.
So now, in the interesting turn here, right? Simba now sold on the idea that he needs to save Pride Rock,
Yeah.
rather than go back and get his friends.
Yeah.
Let's see. Even if he thinks Nolly's gone, right? Rather than
Just
go back
takes
and
off.
get Timon
Doesn't
and
tell them
Pumbaa.
at all.
He's just gone, right? And then at which point the monkey doctor comes over and runs into them. He's like, oh yeah, he went back to Pride Rock. He's like, fucking hell, what did you tell him, monkey doctor? That no one remembers, apparently, even though you were there and you're like, you were a big part of culture, apparently, but no, Simba doesn't
You're like
remember
a
you.
shaman. You're like a religious leader for this entire community. And nobody knows who you are.
No, fucking anything about it. And so they're all like, fuck, we gotta go back too. So they all run that way. And Simba, again, had a big lead on him, right? And now you got the fucking ferret. And
We've
you got
already
the fucking
established that
warthog.
he's really only ever been half a mile away the entire time.
Exactly, not far at all. And he gets back there pretty quick and he runs
Because
up
Nala
on
went
it.
to hunt, but you can't hunt that far because you can't drag a carcass that far back.
Sure.
So what are you gonna do?
So he gets over there and he's looking over and he's like, fuck, this place is fuck city. Like, this is bad news bears, right? Bad news lions. And while he's doing that, Nalia and the other guys show up and they're like, hey, we caught up to you pretty quick and we're in all for one for all. Let's save the fucking Pride Rock
Well,
shit.
we get a scene with basically Scar first, right? Where he's
Yeah, Scar's got Mr. Bean in a little skeleton cage.
and yeah,
the hyenas
he's making
suck.
him sing or whatever, and then Simba's mom comes up and is like, "We gotta leave."
No, not yet.
Oh, that's not yet?
No, because that's what motivates Simba to come down.
Oh, that's right.
But
That's
also,
right.
Mr. Bean, like you probably could have gotten
Fly
out
away.
of that.
Fly away at any time.
Like
just
if you
float
I feel
high.
remember when we looked at the Pomeranian wet, how they went from here to nothing.
Yeah,
Same with birds. You
yeah,
ever seen a featherless bird?
all
Have
the
you?
time.
The size of the straw.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that it'll happen. Scar's there. He's got Mr.
Tim's
Bean.
trying to figure out if I'm serious or not. I don't know either, Tim. Let's just move on.
So, all right, cool. Wow, that's all fucked up shit. That's crazy. And so, like, all right, we need to get down there and distract like 3 of the 70,000 hyenas. Those are our main
The ones
fear.
with voices, yeah.
Sure, all right,
The
cool.
other ones just have no, like the white eyes.
Yeah, all right, cool. And so yeah, they send down Timon and Pumbaa for that, and they do like a little fucking thing with like a luau and like the
Which
the
is so
fucking
out of
thing.
nowhere, but I appreciate
I
it.
liked it.
I love it.
That's
I'm
great.
doing a luau plan. Yeah, that just cuts.
Hey, minute. That's great. Yeah.
So they run off. The hyenas chase them. Now we got Simba, Nalia. They're going down there. They're getting in place. And then now Mrs. Mufasa
And
walks up there
Nimba's just
inside. He's gestating. Probably at this point has eyes and fingers.
It's warm in here.
Has fingernails.
Let me out and make me a sister to bang.
Now you might.
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
Let me out and make me a brother to bang.
Exactly right. Calm down, jeez.
Or
man. Don't get so hung up
lesbian
on it.
lions. What the
yeah,
fuck?
what the
Why
fuck?
can't they just
Yeah, what the
You
fuck?
make me
Tim?
something to bang.
The sequel's a Romeo and
She
Juliet story.
ends
Oh, I'm sorry.
up-
Did the sequel come to theaters? Then it is not canon, and I do not need that shit brought up to me. All right.
Do they stab each other
All
at the
right.
end?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was
Stop
fuck
fucking
off.
trying to
That's
hawk the
video.
return of Jafar on everyone,
Hey,
Tim.
fuck you.
Stop trying to hawk
Also,
it on
Simba's
people.
pride is dope as hell.
It
Oh, here we
is.
go. Here we go.
It is.
fucking losers.
She falls
You're
in
all
love with
fucking
the
children. That's why it
guy
was dope,
from
all
If
right?
it didn't come out in
Scars.
theaters,
Yep.
I
not
don't
canon.
care.
Not
Yeah.
canon.
Scarland.
Kovu.
Anyways,
Straight
they get
to
there, and yeah,
VHS was
Mrs.
bullshit.
Mufasa walks up, and she's like, "Listen, Scar, you're stupid. There's nothing left to hunt." He's like, "Try harder. There's nothing left to hunt, and obviously the place is fucked, and everybody left because you suck and you're not Mufasa." And he's
Get a
like,
lot
"What
of
did you
Bugs
fucking
Life
say?"
vibes. No more seeds. Bugs Life vibes. Bugs Life vibes.
Didn't see it, and so he fucking
Say it one more
bats,
time. Say it one more
bats
time.
that fucking thing, bats her down,
Bugs Life vibes.
bats her down, and she's like, "Oh, I got hit," and then Simba's like, "Not on my fucking watch," and he jumps down there, and Scar's like, "Mufasa," and he backs down, and then Mrs. Mufasa wakes up, and she's like, Mufasa? And he's like, no, it's me,
Mrs.
Simba.
Fasa.
Yeah, Mrs. Fasa. And then like Scar's like, oh shit, fuck, Simba's alive. That's fucked up. What are we gonna do? And so then they're like, yeah, I'm the real king. But and they're like facing off or whatever. Scar's kind of being a jerk about it or whatever. And then Scar's like, well, you could, but you got to tell him what you did. Like you killed your dad, right? And Simba's like, yeah, I kind of did. Like not giving any real details. And then he tries to start giving details, and Scar isn't having it or whatever. And so it's like, fuck, you played yourself. Congratulations, Simba, you just played yourself. You've never thought about this conversation and how you would handle it.
Yeah.
You're a dumb lion.
Yeah, so Tim, when you mentioned earlier that you would think that this is like a perfect movie except for that one part or whatever, this is kind of my part where I'm like, this turn just happened.
Like, just tell him what happened.
It's so
just
like
tell him,
convenient where he's like, oh man, I did kill my dad. Wait, no, you killed my dad. Like
Right.
I kind
It
of
was
hate
such
that.
an unforced error by Scar, right? Of like, so yeah, he backs him off, and Simba's gonna fall, and he's like, "Oh, so what'd you get for fucking killing stuff?" Is the fire started at this point? Fire started at this point because they
Yeah,
fought a little
the
bit.
lightning
Yeah, the fire
Like, I was
started.
expecting Wildebeest to come up with like a photo evidence of like,
Sure, and when he's
well,
like,
that was
then
Scar, you did this.
I killed your father, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, fuck, why'd
I
you even
wasn't
say
an idiot,
this?
Andy.
Scar
Well, then
is
Scar tells
smarter
him,
than
and
it.
he's
Yeah,
all
Scar
like,
tells him.
I killed
Idiot.
Mufasa, and
Yeah.
then Simba's like, then tell him, and then it's like, what?
Yeah, but
and he's like,
just-
fine, I'll tell him, and he tells him.
It's just
like,
really, I didn't like that.
It's like too convenient.
Yeah.
and
I mean,
quick.
if you got an army of hyenas behind you, you're like, I'm gonna flex a little bit with these people.
oh yeah, because they're just hyenas.
But then why flex if you like were trying to convince Simba that he did it in the first place? Like I don't know, it just happens.
Well,
too
because either
quickly.
way, Simba's probably like, I'm still king. So, you know what I mean? Like, you still gotta kill him. Because he is the rightful, no matter what, even if he killed his dad by accident, he's still king. He
I
has
was
the
really
lineage.
scared during the stampede scene. Going back to it real quick, when Mufasa bites Simba to pick him up.
Yeah.
Like when he landed, and he's jumping. There's a part where I'm like, oh my god, please! I hope your jaw strength is like
They know.
pristine. They do know.
Yeah.
Like because I was
PSI.
by
Yeah,
the
PSI,
head,
that's how they carry
But
their
like it
cubs.
was like the whole body, and that's what was kind of freaking me out. You know.
Sure, don't worry about it. He got it.
He's
And
still
so
alive.
yeah, all hell breaks loose, and now it's like fucking game on. I'm not giving up the throne, hyenas. You fucking order 76 here. It's time to kill everybody.
Super fun fight in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, yeah?
so great. There's also a cheat there in Kingdom Hearts 2 where you can level up really fast.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it is.
love leveling up in Kingdom Hearts. I sure
the
hope my
darkness
Mickey
is
ears
in
get
my
a
heart.
+3 defense.
Goofy is a turtle.
Yeah, he is.
Donald is a bird.
Goofy's
That
stuck in my
sounds kinda
heart,
dope.
but Donald's stuck in Goofy's heart. Fucking dorky ass shit, dude.
You know what I mean, man?
That shit.
In the final fight sequence, originally Simba was going to lose to Scar, and then Scar was going to die in a fire.
Nice.
It's
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Instead, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
They get into a
Instead, he
fight
gets
down
ripped
there.
up by
Simba's got him beat, but he won't kill him because he's better than that, which is always stupid. You're a fucking
him.
animal. You know what I mean? Kill him. Fucking
Good old
kill him.
Optimus
I
Prime,
don't see any
Megatron
cops around here.
situation.
Kill him.
And so he turns out his back, but then Scar is ready to fucking fuck him up. And then I forget what happens, but he gets knocked down into the hole or whatever. And like hyenas had heard him talking shit, which of course, fuck off, hyenas, you're stupid. I clearly have to talk shit if I'm working with, trying to trick this guy into liking us again. Like this
Yeah.
seems like an
But they're
easy
dumb.
thing, but they all just
And they're
decide
also
to kill
hungry.
Scar.
Yes, they
Yeah,
just eat him.
exactly. So they eat Scar.
Dope as hell.
Jobs.
Love the use of shadows.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly,
badass,
exactly.
dude.
Hella tight.
Almost got him an R rating, I heard. Then also the throbbing sex they were going to have.
And all the Nazi symbolism, all the Nazi imagery.
Yeah.
My God.
And so yeah, that's it. All's well that ends well. Great, that's good. And they go back. Then it's like we've all reunited the people that are still alive there around the dead hyenas around Pride Rock. It's still rainy and shitty right now, but then here he is, creepy monkey doctor's there. And guess what? I'm gonna hug you, creepy monkey doctor, because we've met twice, but I don't remember the first time. And my dad never talked about the crazy monkey doctor on the side that welcomes every baby in.
Really the black sheep of the entire community.
Exactly. And so they hug, and then he goes up there and he goes, and he does his roar, right?
Donald Duck.
Yeah, he just fucking roars it up. You know what I mean? Like the clouds part for a second. It's really dope, and he roars, and everybody's like, "Yeah!"
Moses is there.
Exactly.
Circle of life continues.
Everybody's back. Circle of life shit. And then yeah, we get a little flash forward, and it's green again, and everything's happening there. Scar is now the dirt and the grass that everybody's eating, and yeah, it's time apparently for the daughter. And whatever. Again, I don't trust it.
Kiara.
I don't trust this because it's not canon. It's not
It's
canon.
great.
If it wasn't on this, I'm not arguing it's not great. You know what I mean? But
I will
It
say,
is
Kiara
I
Knightley.
never saw Lion King 1.5.
It's
Never saw it.
great.
I heard it was great.
It's
Never
like a
saw it.
buddy comedy. It's amazing.
With Timon and Pumbaa. It's what's happening in that 15 years.
Really?
or however long it was. I don't know why I said
it's
15
before.
years.
It's the Lion King story, but like kind of from their perspective.
Yeah.
It's like a weird
Like
the
they
play,
have parts where it like intersects.
Yeah, Nick, look at me. You'll understand this. There's Hamlet, right?
Yeah.
And then there was the
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Rosencrantz
Yeah.
and Guildenstern.
Yeah.
This is kind of what that is.
That's fun. That's cool.
Lion King 1.5.
But this one ends with a new baby being born. They hold up this cub that's just gonna have sex with its brother or uncle or whatever the fuck's gonna happen, and then there you go, poof, the end of the movie.
Lion King.
According to the Making of the Lion King featurette, the animated film's original opening scene featured a dialogue introducing most of the main characters, but the directors scrapped it when they heard the final version of Circle of Life.
Hell yeah,
The
you
Circle
do.
of Life filled opening scene was so powerful that it was used as the trailer for the film. It marked
Oh,
the
I
first time
remember that.
Nintendo had ever made a not Nintendo, Disney, don't know where I brought that in, had ever made a trailer using a complete scene. And they did that recently for the new one too.
Oh wow, that's right. I think
You
I
need
remember
dialogue
seeing that
in that
in
scene.
theaters, and I was like, "What is
What
this?
the fuck is
What is
this?
this?" And it just went boom, and I was like,
God, what a
"All right, I'm
powerful
in.
sound.
I'm in." I saw this movie at the. I think I've told this story before, but I saw this movie. My buddy Ryan's mom took us all to see this movie at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood.
Wow.
And they had like a Aladdin show before, like a live action Aladdin show beforehand. And I was like, "What is all this?" They were super into Disney.
Oh, yeah?
And it was awesome.
That's great.
Awesome.
So cool.
Little ragu bagu action.
Dun 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 dun.
Ragu.
Dun 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 dun.
Stop being so mean to Rafiki.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Rad Guys Talk Bad Guys, the podcast within a podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside, as always, my co-host, the producer / seducer, Nick Scarpino.
What?
Wow.
Nick, welcome to Ragu Bagu Volume.
Fuck you, Kevin.
This is Ragu Bagu Volume 5. We are starting a new list where we rank all the Lion King bad guys.
Was Belinda part of Toy Story?
Excuse me, we don't take Q&A during Ragu Bagu.
That's
sir.
fine.
Stay in your lane.
Don't worry about it. Nicholas,
Yeah.
so we're in an interesting spot here. Of course, the fifth volume
I
of
run the
Ragu
Twitter
Bagu, the place that's that I have it on my phone. I don't remember the password. That runs the Ragu Bagu thing here of like, ranking the rad guys and the bad guys. We're the rad guys ranking the bad guys. We have to figure out where we want to put Scar on the list.
Of all the bad guys in the Lion King
Yeah.
universe? Oof, that's a tough call. Tough call right there.
Do we want to put him
You gotta
above
put
or
what-
below the creepy monkey doctor?
I don't think the creepy monkey doctor was a.
I mean, he's got like psychic powers and he knew people were alive or dead.
I'm gonna put Scar / the hyenas at number 1.
All right.
That's where we're gonna put them because
All
they're
right,
the bad
choice.
guys also. The Hitlerinas. Just put Hitlerinas.
On it.
Hitlerinas.
See it? Hitlerinas.
Arenas. Got it.
Hitlerinas.
All right. Then, ladies and gentlemen, the current standing for Ragu Bagu Volume 5 is number 1, Scar / hyenas, and then parentheses, Hitlerinas.
There you go.
Wow.
Now, if I don't do this often. What I'd like to do is call in to a Ragu Bagu alum, if you'll allow me, sir. As this is a podcast within a podcast.
course.
Ring a ding ding, Andy. Ring a ding ding, Andy.
Hello?
Hey, Andy, it's me, Greg Miller. You're on Ragu Bagu Volume 5. How are you?
I'm great, Greg.
I didn't want to just leave you out in the cold because obviously you are my partner in Ragu Bagu. I understand you wanted to take some time off this season, similar to Kevin. What I want to do is we've just ranked Scar / hyenas, aka the Hitlerinas, as the number 1 bad guys in Ragu Bagu Volume 5. What I'd like is your opinion to unify our cinematic Ragu Bagu universe and tell me where you think they should go in Volume 4, which was the Toy Story universe, where we had number 1, Lotsa, number 2, Prospector / Al, number 4, Woody / Mr. P-Head / Sid, number 5, Gabby.
Which one's Jafar in?
Hold on.
Was there one
Greg,
where Jafar
yeah.
was in this?
Greg,
or were you
hold
not
on.
on
I'm
that
going to call
one?
Nick real quick. Ring a ding ding, Nick. Ring a ding ding, Nick. He's not answering. He's not answering.
Fuck, don't answer. It's
He's not answering.
All
I'm
right,
hanging up
hello,
too.
Hello? Andy.
Oh,
I just missed him.
Where do you want to put him in the Toy Story universe? For what I'll call
hold on,
Ragu
let me call
Bagu
Andy back.
Volume
Let me call Andy back.
4.5.
Ring a ding ding dong. Ring a ding ding dong.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Andy, I missed your call. What's up?
Let me call you back real quick.
Okay.
Kind of busy. I'd put him at number 3.
So you wanted to go Lotsa, Prospector, Scar / hyenas / Hitlerinas.
Yeah,
For Woody P-Head.
I love Jeremy Irons, right? I love the performance. I think it's one of my favorite performed characters in a Disney movie. But his motivations were just like, I want to take over just because I want to take over. Like,
I'm just a dick.
I appreciate the sort of the cloak and dagger ways of the other villains.
Really?
Yeah, I appreciate.
His Scar's performance is so good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But like, so are theirs.
He's bad.
Yeah, he's a horrible.
I think
dude.
he's number 2. I think Lotsa is still number 1. I think number 2 would be Scar.
I'll accept that.
As a fan,
Thank you.
I'd leave a comment. underneath this
Excuse me, we don't
podcast.
have comments on this one. All right.
I'm like, man, Greg's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now, here's how it stands. Ragu Bagu Volume 4 is untouched, of course. Number 1, Lots. Number 2, Prospector Al. Number 3, Woody / Mr. P Head Sid. Number 4, Gabby. But for Ragu Bagu Volume 4.5, it goes like this. Number 1, Lots. Number 2, Scar / Hyena Hitlerinas. Number 3, Prospector Al. Number 4, Woody, Mr. P Head Sid. Number 5, Gabby. Ragu Volume 5 is now Scar / Hyenas Hitlerinas. Ring-a-ding-ding, Tim. Ring-a-ding-ding, Tim.
God.
Ring-a-ding-ding, Tim.
I have a call
Hey,
tomorrow. Can we
Hey,
end
Tim,
it?
it's Greg. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I just want to let you know you fucking suck and we'll never let you on Ragu Bagu.
That was worth it.
Oh, you hung up on
Worth
me.
the wait.
Jesus.
I want a slow burn.
Wow.
Slow burn.
Andy, can you hit me with a little bit of that?
7 syllables in the middle. You'll need 5 for the first and last line. If you're not poetic, no need to fret it. Haikus don't need to rhyme. Haiku in review. I always expect you all to join me in that part.
Everybody now stop.
I mean, like, I expect a
That's what we
haiku
help you. We help you
in
there.
review. Like, I kind of
You were
want
so
more-
I'm
good
glad
at it.
you
I was
let,
so
I'm glad
into
you let
it.
us know
You want
15
muses.
fucking episodes into it.
Ignacio Rojas writes in and says, "What a Disney classic. I hope they don't mess it up. Feel the love tonight."
I agree.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time to rank the Lion King cinematic universe, not just Lion King. I love this fucking movie. What a damn movie.
So great.
Yeah.
So damn good.
Yeah, I was mentioning earlier, like this, out of all the in reviews we've done, this is definitely up there as one of my favorite movies. I just didn't, again, I hadn't seen it in forever. I was a kid when I saw it. I didn't appreciate the writing, the humor. I think might be one of the movies that has aged the best since
Of all time.
Of all time,
Yeah.
seriously. Like, and just in terms of like humor and jokes that don't feel outdated and like everything still works on every level. I think this movie's fucking great, man.
Hell yes. Belinda, any thoughts?
I love this movie. My parents say that this is the one I like rewatched the most, probably because the music is amazing. But yeah, it's so gorgeous. It ages so well, and like watching it again as an adult and like thinking like if you were to have kids later, like it would hit you in a different way. So it's perfect.
hits different,
It's
yeah.
perfect.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Songs were good. I like the performances a lot. Matthew Broderick, I think, really brought the thunder. We haven't talked about that.
You don't think he did?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah.
That was
You know
really,
what? I kind of agree.
because
JTT nails it.
killing the game.
Yeah, yeah. James
and
Earl
I was
Jones
kind of
killing it.
excited
Jeremy
for
Irons
Matthew
killing
Broderick,
it.
and then when he came in, I'm like, oh, you're not as fun as you
Yeah,
should be.
no,
as your
but I
hair
think
leads it
you
on.
bring up a good point that I didn't know, that if he did it all by himself and didn't really understand what was going on, I don't know if you can. That's got to be hard when not knowing energy levels and where people are going to be.
Like, I get that he was still at the time. I get that Simba's still a younger adult lion, but I feel like his voice sounded too young. Like Matthew Broderick has that higher register.
Sure.
And he's seen like it's kind of like watching. You're so used to Spider-Man, like having this high voice, and I got a little bit too much of that. I
Pizza.
kind of wanted it to be more like
I will
deeper
say
register.
this. I'm shocked at all of the Matthew Broderick hate right now. And if all of you were getting eaten by a pack of hyenas, I would not do anything to save your
dog
life.
shit.
If we were covered in human dog
If you're
shit.
covered in human dog shit, I would not save you. No, I thought it was serviceable. I'm with you guys actually. Honestly, he was fine. What I found interesting though was he didn't do his vocals, right? He didn't sing the song.
No, he
didn't sing the
didn't.
song.
That's crazy.
Who sang
Which is
the-
weird
who
because
sang
he
Young
does Broadway
Simba?
stuff, right?
Evidently, yeah, he does
Is
do
this
Broadway.
He also did Godzilla.
Do we know? Is this where he made friends with Nathan Lane? They were like, we're going to make the
I
producers
mean,
together.
that'd be my guess to a degree, or at least they must have known each other because they both do Broadway.
Also,
If
has
I'm
anybody
not-
noticed that my hair is like perfectly sunk up with the trees?
I thought you were part of Pride Rock.
Holy shit!
Photoshop challenge. I'll do it again and then make my face the same color as the rocks.
It is.
Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Kind of Funny's Lion King in review. We'll see you next week with Lion King 2019. Until then.